10 British cars that time left behind. The 1960s were one of the most exciting decades in Britain's automotive history. Across the country, factories worked day and night building cars that would travel not only across Britain but around the world. New motorways connected major cities, families enjoyed the freedom of owning their first cars, and British engineering was admired for its quality and innovation. It was an era filled with confidence. The British motor industry stood among the very best in the world. Manufacturers like Jaguar, Rover, Triumph, Daimler, Humber, Wolseley, Austin, and Vauxhall competed to build cars that combine comfort, luxury, and style. Some became household names that are still remembered today. Cars like the Mini, Jaguar E-Type, and Aston Martin DB5 became true motoring legends. But not every remarkable car enjoyed the same fate. Many beautiful luxury cars impressed journalists, delighted owners, and introduced clever engineering long before their rivals. Yet somehow, history passed them by. They were slowly replaced by newer models. Changing fashions pushed them aside. Their names faded from everyday conversation. Today, they survive only in old photographs, classic car collections, and the memories of those lucky enough to have driven them. These weren't bad cars. Far from it. Many were among the finest vehicles Britain had ever produced. They simply arrived at the wrong moment, faced fierce competition, or lived in the shadow of more famous rivals. Today, we're counting down 10 British cars of the 1960s that time left behind. Cars that deserved far more recognition than they received. Let's begin. Number 10, Humber Sceptre. Our journey starts with the elegant Humber Sceptre. Introduced in 1963 by the Roots Group, the Humber Sceptre was designed for motorists looking for something more refined than the average family saloon. It immediately looked different. Its clean bodywork, tasteful chrome trim, and well-balanced proportions gave it an expensive appearance. Although it wasn't the largest luxury car on the market, it offered buyers something equally valuable: sophistication. Under the bonnet sat a reliable 1.6-liter four-cylinder engine producing smooth and dependable performance. It wasn't built for speed. Instead, it focused on quiet cruising and comfortable everyday driving. Inside, the cabin reflected traditional British craftsmanship. The dashboard featured attractive wood trim. The seats were soft and supportive. Every control felt carefully positioned. There was a genuine feeling of quality throughout the interior. Professionals loved the Humber because it projected success without appearing flashy. Doctors, business owners, managers, many chose the Sceptre because it balanced prestige with practicality. The car handled Britain's growing motorway network with confidence. Weekend journeys became comfortable experiences rather than tiring drives. Owners appreciated its reliability and refined manners. It quietly became one of Britain's most respected compact luxury cars. Unfortunately, the Humber name gradually lost momentum during the late 1960s. Competition became stronger. Consumer tastes changed. Newer designs attracted younger buyers. Eventually, the Sceptre disappeared from Britain's roads almost as quietly as it had arrived. Today, surviving examples remind us just how elegant this overlooked British classic really was. Number 9, Wolseley 16-60. Next comes a car that perfectly represented traditional British luxury: the Wolseley 16/60ths. Introduced in 1961 by the British Motor Corporation, it followed a very different philosophy from many of its competitors. Instead of bold styling, Wolseley focused on comfort and dignity. Its distinctive illuminated grille immediately identified the car after dark. It became one of the brand's most recognizable features. The body was conservative, but that was exactly what many buyers wanted. The design aged gracefully. Under the bonnet was a dependable 1.6-liter B-series engine. Performance remained smooth rather than exciting. The car wasn't intended for enthusiastic driving. Instead, it excelled at relaxed journeys. Inside, polished walnut trim decorated the dashboard. Comfortable seating welcomed passengers. The cabin felt warm and inviting. Drivers often praised the excellent visibility and easy handling. Families appreciated its practicality. Business owners admired its respectable appearance. For years, the Wolseley quietly served thousands of loyal customers. Yet by the second half of the decade, fashions had begun to change. Sharper, more modern styling became fashionable. The Wolseley's traditional design suddenly seemed old-fashioned. Sales slowly declined. Eventually, one of Britain's most dependable luxury saloons slipped quietly into history. Number 8, Singer Vogue. The Singer Vogue is one of those cars many people have completely forgotten. Yet during the early 1960s, it offered buyers an attractive combination of style and affordability. Built by the Roots Group, the Singer Vogue shared much of its engineering with the Hillman Superminx but introduced extra luxury throughout the car. Its styling looked elegant. Chrome details highlighted the bodywork. The proportions felt balanced and modern. It carried itself with confidence. Under the bonnet sat a reliable four-cylinder engine designed for dependable everyday motoring. Performance was respectable. Fuel economy remained reasonable. Maintenance was straightforward. Inside, passengers enjoyed upgraded upholstery, improved trim, and thoughtful finishing touches. The Vogue offered buyers a premium experience without demanding premium money. Many owners appreciated its unique personality. Unlike more common family saloons, the Singer carried a sense of individuality. It appealed to motorists wanting something slightly different from the ordinary. Sadly, the Singer name itself would eventually disappear. Changing ownership and industry restructuring ended one of Britain's oldest automotive brands. As the company faded away, so too did the cars it produced. Today, the Singer Vogue remains one of the forgotten gems of British motoring history. Number 7. Austin Westminster A110. The Austin Westminster A110 represented classic British executive motoring. Large, comfortable, confident. Introduced before the 1960s but continuing through much of the decade, it became a favorite among business leaders and government departments. Its size alone commanded respect. The Westminster looked important wherever it appeared. Under the bonnet sat a smooth six-cylinder engine delivering effortless performance. Long-distance driving became remarkably relaxed. Motorways suited the Westminster perfectly. Its suspension absorbed rough roads with ease. Inside, passengers enjoyed generous legroom and wide comfortable seats. The atmosphere reflected traditional British luxury. Wood trim added warmth. Simple instruments remained easy to read. Every detail focused on comfort rather than excitement. Executives appreciated its professional appearance. Families valued its spacious cabin. For many years, it represented success without unnecessary extravagance. But as automotive styling evolved during the mid-1960s, the Westminster struggled to remain competitive. Modern rivals appeared lighter, fresher, and more advanced. Gradually, sales declined. The Westminster quietly disappeared from everyday life. Today, relatively few survive. Those that do remind us of an era when dignity mattered more than fashion. Number 6. Vauxhall Cresta PB. Few British cars attracted attention quite like the Vauxhall Cresta PB. Introduced at the beginning of the decade, the Cresta proudly embraced American-inspired styling. Large tail fins, generous chrome, wide bodywork. Everything about the car made a statement. While many British manufacturers remained conservative, Vauxhall decided to be bold. The result was unforgettable. Under the bonnet sat a smooth six-cylinder engine that delivered comfortable cruising. The Cresta wasn't a sports car. Instead, it excelled as a luxurious family saloon capable of covering long distances with ease. Passengers enjoyed plenty of space. The ride felt soft and composed. Inside, large bench-style seating created an atmosphere unlike many British rivals. Owners loved the car because it looked expensive. It turned heads. Children pointed at it. Neighbors admired it. For many people, owning a Cresta felt like bringing a little bit of America home. Unfortunately, fashion changed remarkably quickly during the 1960s. Tail fins disappeared. Cleaner European styling became fashionable. Suddenly, the Cresta looked like yesterday's car. Sales gradually slowed. One of Britain's boldest luxury cars quietly disappeared from the roads. Today, however, the Cresta has become a favorite among classic car enthusiasts who appreciate its unique personality and unforgettable styling. Number 5. Rover P6 2000. Halfway through our countdown, we arrive at one of Britain's greatest engineering achievements, the Rover P6 2000. Introduced in 1963 by Rover, this remarkable saloon represented a completely new direction for British luxury cars. Everything about it felt modern. The styling was clean, elegant, and unlike anything Rover had built before. The low bonnet, slim pillars, and balanced proportions gave the car a distinctive appearance. Even today, it still looks surprisingly contemporary. Under the bonnet was a refined 2.0-liter four-cylinder engine that delivered smooth and dependable performance. The Rover wasn't built to be the fastest car on the road. Instead, it focused on providing confidence, comfort, and excellent road manners. Its engineering was years ahead of many competitors. The advanced suspension gave passengers an incredibly comfortable ride while also allowing precise handling. Few luxury cars of the period managed to combine comfort and driving enjoyment so successfully. Inside, the cabin reflected Rover's reputation for quality. Comfortable seats, attractive wood trim, and a thoughtfully designed dashboard created a welcoming atmosphere. Everything felt solid. Everything felt carefully engineered. Professionals admired the Rover P6 because it projected intelligence rather than extravagance. It appealed to architects, engineers, doctors, and business executives. In 1964, the Rover P6 received the prestigious European Car of the Year award. It was a huge achievement for a British manufacturer. Despite its success, the Rover P6 slowly disappeared from everyday roads as newer generations replaced it. Today, enthusiasts regard it as one of Britain's finest executive cars. It truly deserved legendary status. Number 4, Daimler Sovereign. At number 4 is a car that quietly offered some of the finest luxury available during the 1960s. The Daimler Sovereign. Introduced in 1966, it shared much of its engineering with Jaguar, but developed its own identity through exceptional refinement. Its appearance was elegant without becoming flashy. The long bonnet, graceful body lines, and traditional British styling gave the Sovereign an unmistakable sense of class. Under the bonnet sat a silky smooth 6-cylinder engine. Power delivery was effortless. Long journeys became calm, quiet, and relaxing. Inside, the cabin reflected traditional British craftsmanship at its very best. Beautiful polished walnut, soft leather seats, deep carpeting. Every surface demonstrated careful attention to detail. Owners appreciated the atmosphere. Driving the Daimler felt less like operating a car and more like relaxing inside a private club. The Sovereign appealed to buyers who preferred understated luxury. It never demanded attention. Instead, it quietly impressed everyone who experienced it. Unfortunately, Jaguar attracted most of the headlines. Many buyers overlooked Daimler completely. As years passed, the Sovereign gradually disappeared from Britain's roads. Today, collectors recognize it as one of the most refined British luxury saloons ever built. Number 3, Triumph 2000. Few executive cars captured the optimism of the 1960s quite like the Triumph 2000. Introduced in 1963, it immediately impressed both critics and customers. Designed by the celebrated Italian stylist Giovanni Michelotti, the Triumph looked modern from every angle. Its clean lines and elegant proportions gave it lasting appeal. Under the bonnet sat a smooth 6-cylinder engine that delivered refined and reliable performance. The Triumph wasn't about aggressive acceleration. It focused on effortless cruising. Drivers appreciated its excellent balance. The steering felt light. The suspension remained comfortable. Long motorway journeys became enjoyable experiences. Inside, the cabin offered tasteful wood trim, comfortable seating, and generous space. The driving position felt natural. Visibility remained excellent. Everything reflected thoughtful British engineering. Business executives quickly adopted the Triumph 2000. Government departments also became regular customers. The car offered luxury without excessive cost. Owners praised its dependability and comfortable ride. Despite its popularity during the 1960s, the Triumph 2000 gradually faded into the background. More modern executive cars eventually replaced it. Yet many enthusiasts still believe it was one of Britain's finest saloons. Perhaps history simply forgot how good it really was. Number 2, Rover P5. Very few British cars represented authority quite like the Rover P5. Throughout the 1960s, it became the preferred choice for politicians, senior executives, and important public figures. The Rover projected quiet confidence. Its upright grille, its long body, its dignified styling, everything suggested importance. Later versions featured Rover's famous V8 engine, providing effortless power and remarkable smoothness. Drivers appreciated the relaxed performance. Passengers enjoyed exceptional comfort. Inside, craftsmanship remained the priority. Soft leather seating, rich wooden dashboard, deep carpeting. Every journey felt first class. Unlike many luxury cars, the Rover P5 never relied on unnecessary decoration. Its appeal came from confidence rather than extravagance. It quickly earned enormous respect across Britain. For many people, seeing a Rover P5 arriving outside a building suggested someone important had arrived. Yet fashions inevitably changed. Modern styling replaced traditional designs. Executive buyers moved toward newer alternatives. The once common Rover slowly disappeared from British roads. Today, it remains one of the greatest symbols of classic British luxury. Number 1, Jaguar Mark X. At the top of our countdown stands one of Britain's most magnificent luxury cars, the Jaguar Mark X. Introduced in 1961, the Mark X represented Jaguar's ambition to build the ultimate executive saloon. Everything about the car was impressive. Its enormous size gave it incredible road presence. The sweeping bodywork looked elegant from every angle. Large windows flooded the cabin with light. Chrome details added sophistication without becoming excessive. Under the bonnet sat Jaguar's legendary straight-six engine. Initially available with a 3.8-liter unit and later upgraded to a powerful 4.2-liter engine, the Mark X delivered outstanding performance for such a large luxury car. High-speed motorway cruising felt effortless. Passengers experienced exceptional comfort. Inside, the cabin was breathtaking. Leather seats, beautiful walnut trim, wide armrests, generous legroom. Everything reflected British craftsmanship at its finest. The Mark X wasn't simply transportation. It was an experience. Owners admired its elegance, refinement, and engineering excellence. Despite all these strengths, The Mark X never reached the legendary popularity enjoyed by the Jaguar E-Type. The glamorous sports car captured worldwide attention. The executive saloon quietly remained in the background. As years passed, fewer examples remained on Britain's roads. Today, however, enthusiasts increasingly appreciate what Jaguar achieved. Many now consider the Mark X one of Britain's greatest forgotten luxury cars. It truly deserved legendary status. END. Looking back at these remarkable cars, one thing becomes very clear. Britain's automotive industry produced far more than just a handful of famous legends. It created dozens of elegant, comfortable, and beautifully engineered luxury cars. Cars that carried families across the country. Cars that transported business leaders to important meetings. Cars that quietly became part of everyday British life. Although many eventually disappeared from the roads, they never completely disappeared from history. Collectors continue restoring them. Owners proudly drive them to classic car shows. Enthusiasts work tirelessly to preserve their stories for future generations. These cars remind us of a remarkable period when British engineering stood among the world's finest. They represent craftsmanship, innovation, confidence, and timeless elegance. Perhaps they never became household legends. Perhaps newer models eventually replaced them. But that does not diminish what they achieved. Sometimes history simply moves on. Yet every classic car tells a story. Every polished badge, every wooden dashboard, every carefully restored engine, they all remind us of an era when Britain built some of the world's most memorable luxury automobiles. Maybe these cars were left behind by time, but they should never be forgotten. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Britain's forgotten luxury cars of the 1960s. If you enjoyed this countdown, be sure to subscribe for more stories celebrating Britain's rich motoring heritage. Until next time, keep the memories alive and keep rewinding history. The end.